What's up, everybody? I'm here with Plato. Welcome to the show. We're going to be talking about Zack Snyder today because I've got an article from CBR, and this actually originated from The Hollywood Reporter, although you know how long those articles take to read, so let's check this story out together. Zack Snyder wants to work with Amber Heard, doesn't understand online backlash. I don't see how he cannot know. It was like the biggest trial in the nation. Perhaps Amber Heard will end up joining the Rebel Moon universe. Hopefully not. That sounds like a terrible idea. I don't know who came up with that one. As director, Zack Snyder has no qualms about working with the embattled Aquaman star. How about nationally disgraced Aquaman star? She was proven to be a psychological and physical you-know-what. Everybody watched that trial. Asmongold watched that trial, and he doesn't even watch trials. He had like 350 to 400,000 people watching his live stream on Twitch on that trial. Everybody saw it happen. Camille Vasquez destroyed AH on trial. It was a massacre. It was a murder in every figurative sense of the word, of course, but it was a murder, and everybody saw it happen. It was like the most efficient takedown I've ever seen an attorney do on national television. She didn't even know she was being watched. She just wrecked Amber Heard. So has Zack been living under a rock? Like, why would you say this? Let's read this and see exactly what he said. In 2022, Heard and ex-husband Johnny Depp were part of a televised defamation trial that took the worldwide media by storm. It was one of the biggest trials ever, next to the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. I mean, Rakita Law, his career basically took off because he covered those two trials so well, and the Amber Heard trial was insane. I mean, you had so many media personalities joining in on streams to check this trial out. Ultimately, the jury ruled heavily in Depp's favor, and the legal battle led to heavy criticism online against Heard. I love how they're leaving out the details that Amber Heard was proven to be lying the whole time. That includes a popular petition signed by more than 4.6 million names for Heard to be removed from the upcoming sequel Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. She was also subject to memes and social media ridicule referencing the highly publicized trial. How about referencing her lying? I've seen TikToks with millions and millions of views of her just lying on the stand, even though they have the evidence right in front of them that completely contradicts her statements. I watched the entire trial. I know what I'm talking about, and anybody who says that I don't know what I'm talking about, they probably didn't watch the trial, and maybe Zack Snyder didn't either. It's something that Snyder doesn't understand, as the Man of Steel director told THR in a new interview. So Amber Heard expresses how much she loves being a part of the DC universe ahead of the release of Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Yeah, I'm sure she's expressed it because her career is basically down the toilet. Quote, "I just don't get it," Snyder said of the online backlash. "If other people don't like her, I don't know what to say. I would work with her in a second. I don't know what to say." How about you say, okay, you guys might be on to something. I thought that this guy stood for the truth. I mean, he definitely seemed like a nice guy, and everybody has supported him through all of his hardships. I mean, he's gone through some nasty stuff that I can relate to. You know, dealing with catastrophic loss, okay, he's gone through a lot, and fans stuck up for him to the point where he was able to make his Justice League Snyder Cut. Heard worked with Snyder on the production of 2017's Justice League, which marked her first appearance as Mera ahead of 2018's Aquaman. She would reunite with Snyder to film new scenes as Mera for the extended alternate cut of Justice League, which was dubbed Zack Snyder's Justice League and released on Max in 2021. Heard will appear as Mera once again, presumably for the final time, in Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, set to hit theaters on December 22nd, 2023. Look, they have almost completely removed Amber Heard from the trailers for Aquaman 2. She is in there, but only very briefly, and you can barely see her. They're not proud of Amber Heard. They don't like working with Amber Heard. I mean, Jason Momoa tried to troll her on set. He went on set wearing Johnny Depp's clothes, dude. He was dressed like the guy just to make her upset. Nobody likes working with her. So I'm confused why Zack Snyder would say something like this. How can you say that you don't understand it? There's no way that Zack Snyder did not see the trial. I honestly feel like he's lying. It's really unfortunate to see him say such things. I mean, it's the most televised trial in history. People who never watched trials before watched this trial. And if Zack Snyder's taking advice from people that are just saying, oh, well, you know, Amber Heard, she was just defamed, and none of it's true. Johnny Depp's the real evil one. then maybe I guess it would make sense. But either he's lying or he just doesn't know and never watched the trial, in which case he's an idiot. He's just stupid. That's my opinion. And I like Zack Snyder, but when you say things like that, you could hurt your reputation. If you work with Amber Heard again, you're definitely going to damage your reputation. No one's going to go and watch that movie because nobody likes Amber Heard because of what she did to Johnny Depp, which was proven in court, in front of millions of people who watched the trials. Like every single day that there was a trial, it was insane. What's next for Amber Heard? Apparently she's got another role. Heard has stepped back from acting after the defamation trial. She had been involved with promoting her newest film, In the Fire, though it had already been filmed before the trial took place. So, I mean, is that really a comeback for her? No. Her future in Hollywood is unclear. I'd say it's pretty clear. I'd say her Hollywood career is over. If Zack Snyder is unaware of what Amber Heard has done, then he's going to be aware very soon. I'm sure people are going to let him know, especially those people who are really big fans of his. I'm a big fan of his, you know. Because of him, Henry Cavill's career took off. Because of him, Henry Cavill is on the map in a big way. I mean, he's been in a lot of big movies since he became Superman, and that is something that Henry Cavill is probably always going to appreciate Zack Snyder for. But it says that it's highly unlikely Heard will play the role of Mera again, with the DCEU ending its timeline with Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. She's also not expected to have much screen time in the Aquaman sequel, which focuses more on the relationship between Arthur Curry and his brother Orm. Rightly so. Even with Mera behind her, however, Heard has teased that she's not finished yet with her career. No, I'm sure that she feels that she's not done. She probably wants revenge. She wants to get in as many roles as possible, get all her money back, maybe go after Johnny again, who knows? It might not be obvious to other people, but I've been acting my whole adult life, since I was like 16, Heard said in a Deadline interview. As crazy as it sounds to say, that means I have decades in this industry. I'm not telling you I have this amazing film career, which you don't, but what I have is something that I've made myself, and it has given me a lot to be able to contribute. The odds of that in this industry are really improbable, but somehow here I am. Yeah, somehow here you are. My goodness, this lady is relentless, I'm telling you. I think I've earned respect for that to be its own thing. That's substantial enough. I'd say delusional, very delusional. You guys know the Umbrella Guy? Of course, we all know the Umbrella Guy. I love the Umbrella Guy. I think he's hilarious, very intelligent, and he got super popular because of AH. AH's people went after him. I mean, he basically coined the term AH. Because of that, everyone calls her AH now instead of by her name. And her people were going after him big time. They were doxing him. They were trying to find out where he lives, where he works. I mean, these people were dirty. They're evil. Evil people. And Amber Heard is just as bad. And this is why it's so shocking to see Zack Snyder say this nonsense. Because I'm a fan of Zack Snyder. And so how does that make me look? And how does that make all of these Zack Snyder fans look when they've been at the plate batting for Johnny Depp? We all know what happened. We all saw what Camille Vasquez did, the evidence that they brought forth. We all saw how Amber Heard acted. It was crazy, all right? I've never seen that level of crazy, all right? Never. She added, "What I have been through, what I've lived through doesn't make my career at all. And it's certainly not going to stop my career." There's just some people in Hollywood who do not need to be actors and actresses. And there's a lot of them. There's a lot of bad people in Hollywood, but I will tell you what, this one was a special case. And the very idea that Zack Snyder did not know, it's just BS to me. I don't believe it. And if he really didn't know, then my goodness, if he ever works with Amber Heard again, it's not going to end well for his career. Because he seems like a nice guy, and he has been through a lot, and he has stuck his neck out for fans in such a huge way. Somebody needs to let him know. And if he continues to support Amber Heard after that, then there's something else going on. I have no idea. I don't know, maybe he wants to honor his prior engagements. Who knows? But it's just insane that he would even say something like this. There's probably going to be a couple people in my comments who are like, "Leave Amber Heard alone. You monster." And then there's other people who are going to be like, "Yeah, I saw Camille Vasquez torch that lady too. It was glorious," in which case I would agree. Who knows? Maybe I'll get in trouble for this. I wonder if YouTube's still striking people for mentioning her name at all. This is exactly how I feel, and this is how a lot of people feel, okay? Millions of people feel this way. It's not just a select few. So again, Zack Snyder probably knew. That's my take, and maybe he's just trying to be nice. But oh boy, you put her in Rebel Moon, that's going to be bad. And Rebel Moon is already looking a little bit sketchy to me. I get it. Everybody's excited about Rebel Moon because it's going to be that PG-13 rated R Star Wars that everybody's been waiting for. And the bad guys are super Nazis and the lead is some lady. Okay, I get it. But if this is the kind of thing that we can expect, then I really don't want any part of it. But that's just my thoughts on this. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you haven't had a chance to share it with your friends and hit that like button, that would be awesome. And hey, if you're feeling ultra spicy, consider subscribing to my channel so that you're always up to date on what kind of thing I've got going on. I look forward to seeing you all in the next one. Later. Meow, meow.